Shakey, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. We're excited, man. Coming up May 16th, FreshGrass in downtown Bentonville. Kind of what
Yeah,
is this your first time appearing in Bentonville?
I believe it is. I think it's my inaugural Bentonville experience.
What are you looking forward to? I mean, Bentonville is a town that is pretty special. It's a town that, has had great music, has a fantastic art scene. What are you looking forward to joining us here in Bentonville?
Well, I've done another festival with it's FreshGrass, and they always have like a really unique approach to, at least the last one we did was like, it's gorgeous setup and really cool bands. So I'm just assuming that if they handpicked this spot, that it's got the golden seal of approval. But yeah, I'm kind of just, the way that I tour in general is sort of like show up blind and wander into, wander into places with open eyes. So I'm excited about it.
Quickly, let's talk about you and I was doing research here a moment ago. You
Mhm.
really stand the test of time, my friend. I got into your music a little bit later, but Deeply Departed is so good, so well done. And then I dive deeper and realize that you've got Spy Kids and
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights as well. So
Uh-huh.
it's not just music that's standing the test of time. My kids are watching Spy Kids now. Everything
That's crazy.
seems like it's got legs to stand on. How proud are you of those projects that still really touch people years later?
Very proud. It's one thing that my family, my folks have always, kind of helped um, instill in me is that if you do like doing creative stuff, no matter what it is, if it's physical art or music or dance or that they always kind of treated these things similarly, and we're like, if you want to make magical things your job, you can do that. You just have to really, you know, you have to believe in yourself. You have to go for it. So I've done kind of all sorts of jack of all trades stuff. I've always been like a physical artist. That was my first dream when I was a little kid, was to be like a line animator for cartoons and stuff. And so, everything has kind of informed everything else. I ended up doing a lot of the artwork for my records, and anytime we do music videos or whatever, so I end up doing the film side of stuff. And then I've been acting since I was a little kid, so I would get any job I humanly could. So there was like, you can you got I almost got killed by a tornado in a Discovery Channel show when I was like 8. If I'm sure you could dig that up somewhere. But the stuff like because I'm in the third Spy Kids movie, which was in red and blue 3D with paper glasses when it came out, which made everybody have like splitting headaches. Anyway, but that and like Friday Night Lights and it's a bunch of kind of Texas-centric stuff. In retrospect. So I'm really grateful that the town that I grew up in, Austin, both Robert Rodriguez and the whole Friday Night Lights TV show were kind of big tentpoles here in town.
So let's go over to the music side and this one man band concept.
Mhm.
Watching your stuff, it's fantastic to see you with a kick drum and you're creating music that doesn't need to only come from a guitar. It's wild to watch. Was that
Yeah.
necessity or was that out of an art form that you just thought was cool and you could handle it?
Yeah, a little bit of both, but definitely necessity because this project started as a recording, just like in a room like this project. So it always I did most of my work on a cassette 4 track, so I was able to do harmonies or lay down a stopping track or whatever I could come up with. I didn't have a drum kit or anything, so I'd always make percussion out of stuff in my house.
I was floored by the amount of people who are guitar teachers watching your stuff for the first time and their reactions. I don't know if you've seen that, but I would sit there and watch their reactions. Do you ever do that from stage where people may be watching Shaky Graves for the first time and they're watching what you do, just stunned by the music that's coming out of a one-man band?
I do not watch people watch me play music. I don't think I could handle. I sometimes do, and it feels like it's like when you make eye contact with a dog when they're pooping or something, where you're like, this is weird. Is this is so like this is the private Masari. So no, I usually don't watch people watch me play music. I try to avoid it. Sometimes I wear sunglasses on stage, not because it's cool, but just because it helps me pretend I can't see anybody.
Well, I'm bringing my entire family out for the show. My girls, again, because I tell the Alexa to play your music, they know your music. Nine,
Sweet.
9 and 11. Um,
Oh,
what can folks, final question, what can people expect when they come out to a Shaky Grave show at FreshGrass? Number one, we're going to have awesome Americana music here in downtown Bentonville.
yeah.
Bottom, the bill looks great, but what can they expect? What's that moment that they're going to feel when they're there?
The unexpected. No, I mean it's the shows that I've done, I always try and do kind of a mix of stuff. Just because I also always try and keep it fresh and interesting for myself as a performer. It's gonna be good music, bunch of weird retrospective kind of storytelling stuff, and play some old stuff and some new stuff and kind of everything in between. It's fun for all ages, for everyone.
That's perfect. Man, that's all I've got. I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah,
Um,
no sweat.
yeah, seriously, take a little bit of time if you can and explore our little town. It's pretty special.
Oh, I will. We're gonna be there all day and we're just gonna soak it up.